The driving range is a boring waste of time. The best way to improve at golf is to hit the golf course more often. The big difference between the driving range and the golf course initially is going to be the consequence of your shots. At the driving range, we're blasting the ball, we don't care where it finishes. In the reality, on a golf course, we've got water, we've got bunkers, we've got OB. And the more we play, the easier it is to navigate these obstacles and negative consequences. And in this video, let's run through all the things we can do on a golf course to get better than we can at 100 driving range sessions. Maybe the biggest difference between the driving range and the golf course, and why you learn so quickly on the golf course, if you're conscious, the lies are not the same as the driving range. Driving range is flat, it's off a mat, or it's off perfect conditions, and you're normally fluffing your ball up so you can hit nice shots. And you're hitting the same shot over and over in a row. We're hitting different shots each time, and then the ball is in funny positions. This ball is above my feet, and the consequence of that means that the ball is going to go right to left in general. Then the distance will be less because I have to grip down, because I can't swing the club fully gripped, because I will enter the turf before the ball, because the earth is closer to me than if it were flat lie. And I have to swing around the slope, and it's going to move right to left. So I have to aim for that right to left, and this is very important. We can't learn this anywhere else unless you have these conditions on your driving range. On the golf course, we learn very important things about elevation and wind. When the wind is into you, the ball's going to go less distance. When the wind is with you, the ball's going to go longer distance. Into you, let's say you lose 10 yards. With that same wind, you only pick up 5. That's generally how it works. You don't just gain 10 and lose 10. The other thing is elevation. So this pin is above us. It's 110 yards, playing 114. So if I hit my 110 yard club, I'm going to be short because that pin is cut 4 yards from the front edge. So land short and roll back down the slope. Understanding these things, you pick up on the course. And if you're conscious, you'll start to remember, oh, when I hit the ball onto a pin above me, I've got to club up. If I don't, I'm going to be short. That's how you get better at golf and scoring very quickly. So from 110 yards here, I'm hitting a 48 degree where I would normally hit a 52 to ensure I get it up onto the green. Distance control, the dispersion of your distance, long and short, is much more important than left and right. You can miss your line left and right, but if your distance control is perfect, you're not going to leave yourself too many long putts. So distance control is the perfect objective, because once you have great distance control, you start reading the line perfectly so that you can actually hit your speed on a better line. And we stay on the high side, not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. Beautiful.
Nice putting, nice putting.
Katie, when you run at me like that, I get scared. I thought it was like you're going to tackle me.
Oh.
I got a little scared. I had a little yip there, If I miss that 1 footer, people will think I can't putt. But it's because you're charging at me like this, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Very nice shot. Very good.
But when you play more on the golf course, more often, you need to have fresh legs, fresh body. And one of the biggest secrets I've found is the Victory insole. I've been using these, as you can see, for quite a few months now. And I must say, I feel naked without these. I wear them every single round I can because I did try an experiment. I bought myself a new pair of Mizuno shoes. These spikes gave me so much stud pressure because I could feel them on every stride. My feet were finished by the 14th hole. And let me tell you something, the day after that I started playing 36 holes a day for 4 days in a row with my normal shoes, which have the Victory insoles and the propulsion socks. The inserts get me walking with less effort. Look at this, much stiffer, give you a little spring in your step when you walk. And then the propulsion socks just keep those lower legs feeling fresh. Now I did put the Victory insoles into the Mizunos for 1 round and it improved them immensely. I didn't have the stud pressure anymore, and stud pressure is a big reason I don't wear normal spiked golf shoes. That's why I wear spikeless golf shoes, because my feet are so sensitive. But when I put the Victory insoles in, it hardened out the bottom. I couldn't feel the stud pressure and they actually worked out. The insoles make walking easy on the wet golf courses here in Thailand. The propulsion socks keep my lower legs fresh, my knees feel good, my hips feel good, and I'm playing 36 holes a day, 4 days in a row, absolutely nuts. They turned my cheap golf shoes into premium golf shoes, and I've played the best golf of my life this year. I trust these things 100% to keep my legs fresh. Use the link in the description for 20% off at Victory. Absolutely money. These are the best products I've found for the year.
Birdie.
Wow,
Nice birdie.
not often you birdie this hole. Now we have a 196 yard par 3, which is a bit too crazy long, but the concept remains the same. When you're on the golf course, you're going to learn ways to navigate your way around without getting yourself into big trouble. A par 3 is a tricky hole, and you only learn on the golf course the consequence of your shot. Can you hit the green perfectly? Maybe not. Look for places where you can actually leave your ball so that you have a stress-free next shot. That's a very important part of the golf course. Everything leads on from each other. The tee shot leads to the approach shots determine your short game. On the golf course, we learn how to navigate bunkers. How many times do you play this on your practice area? This is the key part of the game, to just get out in one shot. On the golf course, I would suggest, if you're new to bunkers, give yourself a break and take a practice stroke. Look at the bunker tutorials on my channel and learn to hit the sand without the ball first and then go hit the ball. If you're shit at it, take 2 or 3 golf balls with you and then hit them until you can get out in one shot. This is such a great part of the game, because once you get comfy in a bunker, you don't go in them as much, and when you do, you don't fear them. But if we're not practicing them on the practice area, we're going to shit ourselves on the golf course and then go into more of them. Now, we should probably find where the pin is first. And we enter the sand 1 inch behind the ball with the sole of the club slapping it with the right hand. Come on now.
Nice bunker.
You know that's a nice bunker shot right there. Shot. What we're going to learn here on the golf course is that the consequence can be dire or it can be mediocre. So if I hit this shot directly at the pin on the left side and I don't catch all of it, I can plop in that bunker and it's going to make a buried lie. If I put it out to the right, I have a long chip across the entire green. It's going to be a little bit difficult. I have to weigh up the upside and the downside on every shot. We're not scraping and hitting. We have to take into account that this ball is once again above my feet. And with a fairway wood, that's a little bit tricky. We also have to grip down a little bit so that we don't chunk it and then pop it up and then leave an awkward shot. So we have to take all these things into account and adapt ourselves, and over time we create a formula for ourselves how we react to everything. Now I'm going to put this one out to the 2 trees there, because the pin's all the way on the left of the big tree. I'm going to grip down just a little bit on the 7 wood because the ball is slightly above my feet, and then we're going to give it a little ripper. And wow, I've put that well out to the right hand side. Not the ideal shot, but because I'm used to playing on the course, I pre-prepare myself for the result so I don't get too angry, because on the driving range we just hit the ball, and then when we come to the course we expect perfection because we're putting in work, but the work wasn't conscious. Now when we get conscious and we know what the results can be, we can preempt them in our mind so we don't get upset. That was terrible. Not too much. The big thing that the golf course does for you, if you like to practice a lot, is it exposes what needs to be worked on. And very often it's this game inside 100 yards, which we don't practice that much. And then you can go away to the range and actually go, also a TrackMan studio, and learn to hit 3/4 shots, half shots with your wedges to be able to cover the distances like 40, 60, 80, 90, up to 100. This one's 83 yards, and I do all my practice on the golf course. I don't do any range practice. So I'll come out and play 9 holes with a big bag of balls, and I'll hit shots like this with different clubs to see what I can do most often to hit this 85-yard shot. And in my opinion, a 9 o'clock 52 degree swung to there should be a good bet. And that's okay, you know, it's a very difficult pin, and that's what we're going to learn on the golf course. Sometimes you can attack, and sometimes you have to just go a little bit away from the pin so you avoid danger. If we go at the pin here, chunk it or do something bad, we're in that bunker, short-sided. We miss it to the right, tough chip. We go long, hitting a chip onto a downslope. So we learn where to aim, where to put the ball, better positions on the course. We start to learn that the downhill putt is much tougher than the uphill putt. The side hill putt is much tougher than a straight putt. We learn these things on the course, and we learn to adapt our way around it, and we learn our way of getting things done. So for me, when I have a downhill putt like this, I learned a long time ago to just aim at a hole short of the hole that I'm going for on the same line. So the feeling in my brain is to hit this to a hole about 7 feet short, and then just let the slope take the ball down the rest of the way. That way my speed control is pretty good. Maybe I should have seen a hole 6 foot short of this hole. These are the things we can pick up on the golf course and keep with us, creating players that we were meant to be. On the golf course is where we feel the judgment of other people. Now we imagine that people are judging us, and it's a feeling that can actually make you quite tense. So the quicker we can play with more people and get over the fact they're not actually judging us, and if they are, they're not focusing enough on their game. But if we get over the fact they're not judging us and they're wrapped up in their own game, now we can focus on our own game and understand that it's all about us. It's not about these other people. When we worry about them, we put thoughts into our own mind that make us hit crappy shots that we don't hit on the practice area. With 130 yards, not much I can do besides just hit it with a 56 degree over the tree and get it onto the front of the green, and then accept a long putt. Other than that, I can punch it underneath. So we'll do 2 shots and see what the results will be. And this is how we learn, by hitting multiple shots. So we'll go with a 56 degree for our main ball. And we're going to hit high and hard on this one. Maybe tilt our spine back a little to try and get it to go higher. That got over easily, but now we've got a chip. So the other option, which we can experiment with, is the 4-iron to see if it'll run up all the way to the hole. Well, definitely don't want to do that, but you see, now we've got to learn, right? We got to hit another one to show ourselves, should we do this or should we not? If we can do it, that's good. And if we prove that we shouldn't, then definitely not. Okay, so not really that much better than the 56 degrees, so we prove to ourselves, hey, not such a bad decision. And on the course is where we learn that you don't always have to smash driver. You can hit any kind of club you want that's going to get the ball into play, because on the course we realize ball in play is more important. A ball in play is worth 2 in the bush. Smashing a driver from here, hey, I can do it, but the prudent play is to just get in play, give myself a wedge onto this green, stick it close. Hey, if we make a bird, it's a bonus. Let's make the par. With all my putter theorizing, nothing beats actually making putts on the golf course. We're at about a 4-footer here. We have about a 3.5–4% slope. That generally means I have to go outside the hole in this putt, maybe at least a ball. Let's see if we can do that. Come on! Very difficult to commit to putting to outside the hole, and on the golf course with the pressures is the only place we really learn to do it when it counts. Player and gangbanger, when you're on the golf course, this is where you learn your true tendencies. I'm tired. I've played 4 days in a row. This is my final couple holes of this 36 holes, 4 days in a row stretch, and I'm tired. My wrists are very tired, my forearms are tired, I'm mentally tired, I want to sleep. If I hit driver here, I don't know where it's going to go. 2-iron, I'm not going to have control over either. I'm just not in the right frame of mind. So now I take the 4-iron, as this is the best club for me regardless of anything else, even if I'm tired.
Very nice. Stop, please.
I've got about 4 feet here, 4 feet, 3% slope, no, 2% slope, going half a ball. One of the most overlooked shots is the in-play T-club. You don't always have to bash it as far as you can. You can't always bash it as far as you can, and some days you're just going to suck. Having a club that you know will just get the ball in play is going to be the key to carry on playing even on your worst days. That shot could be a bunted fairway wood, it could be a 4-iron, it could be a 2-iron, could be a 6-iron, it could be anything that you know will just get your ball in play, get you a clear second shot. You're not going to see this practice on the driving range much because it's not glamorous, but when you duff a shot, when you don't catch all a shot, when you hit a superb drive that you didn't intend to hit and it just goes a long way, you're going to have these half wedges into the green. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to get it on the green. We call it the Ghiotteghe pitch shot. Get it on the green. It comes from Italy, Ghiotteghe, and it entails using Dave Pelt's, the famous Italian instructor's 9 o'clock swing. When we can use a 9 o'clock swing where your arm is going to the 9 and your club is going 90 degrees to your arms, we can control distance about half to 3/4 of what we hit the full shot with our wedges. So I have 2 wedges here, a 48 and a 52. The mindset is completely different here. You have a Ghiotteghe mindset. If we go at the pin and we don't do it properly, we're going to leave a very awkward bunker shot or go over the pin into another bunker. So we just Ghiotteghe, get it on the green. That's our main objective. So we turn a little left like a video game character. Bzz, 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 bzz. Okay, we are at the middle of the green. We take a 9 o'clock swing. And now we're to the left of the pin on the green. That would be with a 48 degree. It's the most valuable shot because you are going to have these to save pars and bogeys. So you want to get it on the green to give yourself a putt. Now we have a 52 degree. Same thing, bzz, 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 center green, 52 degree, 9 o'clock. Now that's a little further left, but we ensure a putt instead of chunking it short of the pin, teething it over the green or putting it in a greenside bunker. By getting it on the green. Ghiotteghe, you know what I'm saying?
Matteo Sanowabici.
My Italian caddy. I like it. You wanted a pasta or spaghetti?
อุ๊ยไม่ได้
Now you'll see a lot of drills about putting head covers under your arms and things like that. I can't be bothered with this. What I use the head cover for, my water player head cover, you can use the one you have. You don't have to buy another one. But what I changed my game doing to putt properly was go high enough on the putt. I had to train myself so hard because my brain could not go high enough. I used to miss every single putt low. So let's say this was me before. I've hit that putt, oh boy, look how low it goes. So what you do is you can get a water bottle, head cover, whatever you want, something that's going to stop your ball, and just train yourself to go around the thing and just have the balls to go higher than you think, and then you can adjust later. I overcorrect all the time because what feels like over is probably correct. So now you start to see the pace you're going to need to go higher to actually have a chance of going in the hole. If you go low, look there, the pink ball finishes 6-7 feet away, the yellow ball finishes 2 feet away when we go a little higher. But you have to put something in the way visually that will stop the ball so that you avoid it. This took me about a month of training like this just to get the balls to go higher. I was missing everything low, impotent putting, no. The single most overlooked place on the golf course is the fairway bunker. If you have one at your driving range, get in that thing. This is the only place I learned how to hit the golf ball crispy, purina with my irons. It wasn't a fairway bunker, it was the beach in South Africa, a very flat beach, soft sand. If you go fat, it ain't coming out. If you hit it thin, sort of acceptable. Slowly you find the bottom point of your swing. Get in that fairway bunker. It's an overlooked training tool. This is how you get crispy iron shots. I promise you. Take what you learn on the golf course to the practice area. You're going to find what you need to work on. The golf course is the great divider between the ball hitters and the scorers. Be a scorer. Check out this video over here to score even better, like a boss.